Hi, my name is Pavel Martinov and welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today in this video we will speak about exchange sacrifice in chess as a defending tool, and we will cover a great classical example of ex-world chess champion Tigran Petrosian. We will go deep into details of this original method in chess. So let's start our journey. This position appeared in a famous game between Reshevsky and Tigran Petrosian, who played black here. So what can we see here? This position seems to be very dangerous for black because white wants to play e6 at some moment. They can transfer the bishop from c1 to the game. At some moment even the d pawn can go up, like with bishop f3 and following d5. Seems that this position is really dangerous for black. What should we do? Imagine if we can transfer this knight to d5. This position won't be this bad, because the knight on d5 will block white's pawns and take influence to the game. For example, if we will try to do this in a calm way after rook a7 with the idea knight e7, knight d5, that is too slow, because after e6 we should play f6, because to unlock the positions will be very bad for black there. And just a4 here, very powerful. And basically we are not able to stop this pawn to go up. For instance, after b takes, we can go e7, rook a8, and bishop a3. So the bishop is ready to protect this pawn, and we are speaking about slightly advantage for white, because at some point the d pawn can go up, the bishop can be transferred to attack this knight and support the pawn on e7. So black's really here in troubles. After a4, maybe a bit logical to play b4, trying to block this bishop on b2. But here white can play even d5, rook takes d5, e7, bishop f7, because other way I'd like to play here. And after bishop f7, bishop f3, we can say that the material advantage will appear for white. Yes, too much hanging pieces, and at some moment this pawn can be used very good by white. So at the starting position, after rook e1, the last move, black need to have some serious decision how to play. You can press stop to this video and try to figure out the move of Petrosian. He played rook e6. Looks really very strange, just because white right now can take this. But it's actually exchange sacrifice. What is the point? The point is that after takes on e6, basically in the game white preferred to play a4. Black's idea is to transfer the knight to d5 after they will take on e6. They have two possibilities. To take with the pawn seems a bit more logical, because after this we are saying that we are ready to stop these pawns, because the pawn, our pawn on e6, and we want to transfer the knight to a strong position. And basically the position is quite close. And as we know, strategically we need open lines for rooks to show their best. But here it's really hard to find open lines. But anyway, whites can transfer the rooks to the king side, like rook g3 following rook f1. And I believe that this position, for example, of knight d5, queen g4, quite dangerous for black. Because white at some moment can play h4, h5, yes, and they want to start an attack. And this bishop can go to the game after bishop b4, bishop c1. And b4 for black, as a resource of the counterplay, can just unlock more lines for white for some moment. So this position looks really dangerous. Maybe it's better to take with the queen. Queen takes e6. And for example, after queen h4, just to take rook on d8 under control, yes, because right now we can take at some moment if black will blunder. Knight e7. The knight is ready to go to d5 for sure. After the rook will go, for example, to b8. To have some ideas of b4 of the counterplay at some moment, because here knight, rook and queen, they are really stopping these pawns. Yes, and this bishop is really not that good. Besides, this bishop can be transferred to d3, he's protecting the king as well, and he even can support the ideas with b4 there. And the king is really safe here, because our pawn on f7 can more protect bishop and can more protect the king. The pawn on e6 in the side variation that I covered yet is not that good for the defending reasons. And like computer gives advantage for white for sure, but maybe probably he is overrating material advantage of white here. From the practical side, this position is nice for black. I mean, like, material ratio is different, but still we have a clear ideas for black. Besides, for white is pretty hard to find a good plan. Maybe they need to go out with the queen even and play h4, h5 at some moment, but we can stop after h4 with h5 by our own. So this position is really complicated and interesting. In the game, after the rook e6, a magnificent move, really hard position decision that you need to be brave to do this exchange sacrifice for black. White decided to play a4. They wanted to unlock the bishop as well and destroy the pawn structure of black there. Knight e7, and here for sure white needs to take on e6, because other way I want to go knight d5 to go out with the rook, and I still transfer my knight to d5, and I have an active counterplay on the queen side area. So takes. Here white played queen f1, and I think that basically it's a good move. Rook f3 was also possible. Kind of the same idea. For example, after b4, to play rook f1. Yes, to triple even on the open f line, just to use the maximum for the rooks. But after knight d5, queen g4, queen d7, we are basically here can say about the advantage for black, because they have powerful knight. They stopped and protected from the counterplay of white rooks. They are doing their own job on the queen side. They are taking a4 pawn under attack for some moment. Yes, the rook can be transferred to b8, then the bishop on b2 is quite silly. So even the computer agree here with me that that is the position with the advantage for black. So interesting things in chess. So after f takes e6, queen f1, basically, the idea of this move is that after knight d5, rook f3, to play b4, black needs to protect the c4 pawn, because after b4 immediately white can just take on c4, destroying all black plans. To protect this, black needs to go to d3, and right now white's using exchange sacrifice. Takes. And this position, yes, we are speaking about the extra pawn for white, but because the knight is way better than this bishop, this position going to be basically a draw. For example, a very interesting variation appeared after c4, knight b6. So black's idea that they want to stop these pawns with this construction, and they want to have their own counterplay, yes, because they want to take on a4 and go up with the pawn. So even that can start to be dangerous for white if we will take on a4 and make our pawn ups. But here I will show you the nice computer variation that basically, don't ask me in the comments why this move's played in this line, but computer gives a draw from this moment after d5, takes e6, takes on c4, queen e4. And basically the idea is to push e7, as I understand. Queen e7, bishop g7, this unpredictable move. So right now kings goes to g7. To take with the queen because of e7 is not that good according to the computer. Rook f1. The idea is to go with rook to f7. So king g8, check, queen g7, e7, rook e8, check here, check, takes, e8, second queen, knight d7, the best move, just to protect on the fight. Weird thing. So basically two queens, but white king is really not that safe. And after queen e7, here is a draw by the check of black. So this position is going to be a draw, a weird variation, but really with a beautiful sacrifice on g7. So after b4 in the game, white played c takes b4. Knight takes b4 here was also possible and also quite good. But black decided to take with the pawn just to have a passing pawn here, and basically we see that at some moment b pawn will be exchanged to the a pawn, and unfortunately for white they don't have a good pawn structure and a good bishop, and that's why it will be a draw. So in the game was a5, rook a8, rook a1, queen c6. Black wants to improve their pieces positions here, just with the idea to take on a5, a6, queen b6. So we want to jump with the knight to c7, bishop d2, b3, queen c4, h6. Personally, I like this move, like so much because it's showing the understanding of chess. Black wants to have free space for the king for any reasons to avoid any attack of white in some variations where they are ready to sacrifice the pawn on a6 just to, for example, jump with queen to c8. They can improve somewhere the position with king h7, and basically by placing the pawn here, this bishop starts to be even worse than he is right now. So h3, b2, rook b1, king h8, just to avoid some checks, and because it's like was the last move before the time control, bishop e1, and basically the game was delayed, and after opponents decided to agree to the draw because, for example, after rook takes a6, queen c8, here check, here takes, this position is a completely draw. Even it doesn't matter that white has more pawns, just because our knight is very like better than the bishop, our rook will be really active starting with the counterplay, and it's basically impossible for white to improve the position, and there's not that much material amount on the board to have chances for the win. So beautiful game, really beautiful game. And I can say for you that you definitely need to know this tool for the defending reasons and for the attacking reasons as well, like Petrosian produced, I mean the exchange sacrifice. I hope that you enjoyed this game with me and my analysis of this all classical game. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's learn chess together.